Folks, hello and welcome to New York Minute, the only game show that's happening right now. As always, we have asked three of New York City's, well, not this time. We've asked three of the world's top quarantined comedians to come together to compete in three silly challenges, all for your pleasure. As always, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host. There's a picture of him right behind me. Please welcome Mr. Don Chang.
Hello,
there he is.
everybody.
Oh, and Daddy's behind you.
We're
That's
all
nice.
joined by each other.
What a surprise.
How y'all doing?
That's great.
Welcome to New York Minute, yeah.
Yeah, welcome. Today's episode is brought to you by the tiny slivers of soap that you won't give up on. I've brought my own right over here. As you can see, we've got two wounded soldiers. They look kind of like Band-Aids stuck together.
I was thinking like dried mango.
Yeah, rubbing that all over my pits. Brought to you by the Sliver of Soap. Thank you so much for sponsoring us and for your generous $15,000 donation.
Yes. Speaking of all $15,000 donations, let's introduce our competitors. Yeah. So, first up, we got Teo Yang. Teo, say hello to everybody.
Oh, hello, everyone.
There he is. Hello, Teo.
Teo, first
dimly lit Los Angeles.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow. Yeah, I made a mistake by saying New York City's quarantine comedians when actually none of our comedians are in New York City today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very
They're
cool.
reporting from all over the country.
From all over the country. And the reports are coming in. It's the same all over.
It's not good.
Who would have thunk it? Teo, do you have anything to plug? You doing anything?
Nope.
Cool.
Go on my Twitter.
Hell yeah.
TN209.
Great.
You playing Animal Crossing? You want to share your Animal Crossing code?
Dodo code?
I was playing Animal Crossing, but I realized, this game is a job.
But that's the thing. I don't have a job right now, so it's very important for me.
So the government is actually paying Eric to play Animal Crossing.
And let me tell you, they're paying me a lot of money to play Animal Crossing.
Are you reporting that as income earned? A number of bells you've been getting every week?
I would never.
It'll ruin unemployment. Let's have our next competitor. We have BZ Brandon Zellman. Say hello, Brandon.
Hi.
There he is.
How's it going, everybody?
Wow, Brandon,
Yeah.
who's that behind you?
That's Chessie. She's one of the characters from the Parent Trap movie starring Lindsay Lohan and Lindsay Lohan.
Well, the more the merrier. Welcome.
We've got a whole party here.
Where are you reporting from?
What's that?
Where are you reporting from?
I'm reporting from just right in front of Chessie. She's back there, and I'm right over here.
Stop being a fucking asshole. Where are you reporting from?
Right now, I'm in Josh Nasser's hometown of Mahopac, New York. It's upstate New York. It's very cold. No one believes in coronavirus up here. My neighbor tried to shake my hand.
Whoa!
Very nice. And
Real
now
good.
we know who to carpet bomb for producing Josh Nasser. That's great.
Here you go. And you know what? I'll go down with this ship.
Thank you.
Might be worth it.
Anything you want to plug?
Oh yeah. I got a podcast. You can check the Who's That Pokemon podcast.
Ooh.
You got that's actually Who's That Pokemon podcast. Who's That Pokemon pod on Instagram? We're a comedy podcast. This week we did Ghastly. It's a very spooky episode. I did the whole episode in a Transylvanian accent. It's about an hour and 9 minutes of that. So
Ooh, good. Yes.
get on board.
Good. Something to fall asleep to. That's great.
Yeah,
There we go.
And never wake up again.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Brandon. And let's welcome our final contestant, Nani Mendez.
Nani, how the hell are you?
I'm doing
Oh,
pretty good.
and how is it reporting from Jurassic Park?
It's great. The dinosaurs are quarantining right now, so they're not out.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course.
I
Kind
know.
of sucks.
Can you show us that view, Nani?
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I please tell us where you're actually reporting from. I didn't mean to make a joke about calling your place a fantastic location.
I'm at my mom's house at my hometown of Luquillo, Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Very nice.
Yeah.
It looks wonderful. It looks fucking beautiful.
So besides plugging Puerto Rico and
Don't come here though.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't
It
know.
looks pretty good.
I'm just opening up a second tab here.
Yeah. But do you have anything else to plug?
I'm raising funds for my coworkers at my restaurant, Caracas Arepa Bar. So if you go to GoFundMe and search Caracas Arepa Bar, you'll probably find our GoFundMe. It's for employees who don't have access to government aid. So
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
thank you.
That's
Yeah.
really, really good. You hear that, sliver of soap? It's time to step up. Donate.
Yeah, please do a little bit more for us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Heck yeah. So, people tuning in, these three contestants are going to go head to head in some minute-long challenges. Hey, Alexis. And let's get started, all right? So, let's introduce the challenge. Do we have a special guest?
I believe we do. Introducing Challenge 1 is Challenge Gal.
Challenge one, challenge one, challenge one.
There it
Thank you
is.
so much. She looks so fresh and so clean.
Dressed
Coming
to
fresh
the
out of her shower.
nines, fresh from the shower. I took the slivers of soap, so I have no
So
idea
she's
what
not
happened in
clean.
there.
She's just wet.
Who can
Okay,
say?
great. Hell yeah. All right, so challenge 1, we asked each of our contestants to prepare to present us the coolest thing that they learned over quarantine. So let's get started. Teo, present the coolest thing you've learned over quarantine.
Wow. Okay. This is the most. I kind of went through all the different research journals to find this information. I think it's going to be really mind blowing for the entire scientific community. Now, we've all seen the pilot of Friends, right? And we all know the show Friends, a classic ensemble show.
Uh-huh.
But in the pilot of Friends, would you say that there's a protagonist?
Could you take me through the story very quickly? The story of the pilot of Friends.
The story of the pilot is that they're all hanging out, and then
Uh-huh.
out of nowhere, Rachel shows up in a wedding dress,
Oh,
and she's in a wedding dress, and she has ran away from her wedding, and she needs a place to live. She moves in with Monica. And we find out a little bit about her relationship with Ross.
Teo, are you just telling us that you watched the pilot of Friends? That's all you're telling us?
No. That's not the only thing. I'm not saying that's the only thing I've done so far in this quarantine. Over and over and over again.
Go on, please. Yeah.
So, who would you say is would you say there even is a protagonist in the pilot episode of Friends?
The city.
The city.
It's the
Sex.
city.
Sex is the hero.
Mhm.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
either sex or the city, right?
No, that's a good point. I never thought about that. Maybe I'm completely wrong about this fact.
No, but
Power of
please
friendship.
teach us.
Friendship.
So-
Friendship.
There is a protagonist of Friends that that the entire episode is built around in terms of their point of view. And I would have thought it was Rachel because it's like Rachel's introduction, and she's added into the city, into the friend group, but it's Monica's episode.
So what you learned? So just to stop whatever's happening. What you learned is that Monica is the protagonist of Friends.
Oh, the pilot episode. Just
Of
the pilot,
the pilot episode. And so let me be clear: is that we asked each comedian to present something that they learned during quarantine, and I guess we expected a skill or a new trade. And
Analysis of a narrative, I think, is a skill.
So, okay, all right, great. No, this is really good. So what we learned is the protagonist of the pilot episode of Friends is Monica.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
It's all of the characters of Friends are in relation to Monica's relationship with them. It's Monica's brother, Monica's next door neighbor, Monica's friend. We see a little bit of Monica's dating life. You don't see anyone else's dating life in that episode. And in fact, the name of the pilot is...
He's Teo's hacking right now.
Oh, the episode title is called "The One Where Monica Gets a Roommate."
Wow. Wow.
I mean, that does sound like it clinches it. I will say that Teo learned to hack into NBC's files, but the thing that he learned was
Yes.
friend protagonist
Yeah.
of the files.
Top secret
Yeah,
information.
I'll release salary information later.
Wow, thank you so much, Teo. That's great.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. How wonderful. All right, let's move on to our second fun thing that they learned. Brandon Zalman, please present us the fun thing that you learned over quarantine.
Well, let me tell you something. If you didn't like that, you're gonna hate this. What I learned is the beauty and majesty of nature. Okay, so take a peep here. I was about, this is a story, essentially. I was in my apartment, and I heard birds outside my window, and I was like, oh, beautiful. And I walked over to my window, and there was a dead bird on the window ledge. And I was like, oh, man, dang. So I looked up how to get rid of a dead bird, and then I went back with gloves and a bag, and the bird was gone, but there was another living bird, and it was looking at me, and I was like, right? So then I took out my air conditioner from the window, and the birds had made the beginnings of a nest. They essentially were about to make a nest under and there were about 4 pigeons just kind of like hanging out, buggering off right there. Okay, so then cut to like 2 weeks later. Now I'm upstate. I'm out of the city, and look at this. There's a little nest right up. Oh, Jesse's gonna fuck it up. Hold on.
Yeah, this background is gonna just destroy anything you're trying to show.
So here we go. There we go. Can you see that? There's a little nest up there. You see that next to that ragged American flag, which is a crime.
Yeah.
So a little red has done a little nesty up there, and now I understand nature. Does that check off any boxes for what you were looking for?
I'm kind of more interested in that you looked up how to get rid of a dead bird.
I didn't know if there was a safe way to do it. What you're supposed to do is you take a plastic bag, you put it over your hand, wear a glove if you can, a mask too, because a lot of feathers and shit and stuff, and then you grab it and you wrap it and you tie it off, and you could dispose of that baby anywhere.
Why didn't you just tell us that's what you learned? That's a fact. That's a skill.
I thought I'd go for the much less interesting second half of the story where there was another.
You looked outside.
It wasn't much of it. I was originally going to tell you that I learned how to plant grass seed, but then my dad did it and I didn't have to. So
Okay. There were a lot of things that we could have learned that were very exciting and interesting.
I kind of get the learning to appreciate the beauty of nature.
Okay.
I get that. I'm
Okay.
also a little bit concerned though. You saw a dead bird. You went to go grab it. When you returned, there was a living bird staring at you.
yeah.
I'm kind of-
So I think the birds got rid of the dead bird. Is what I think.
I will tell you right now, where I thought the story was going to go when you removed the air conditioner and you saw the nest, was that they had used the dead bird's body to make the nest.
Ooh.
No,
And,
they used like potato chip bags and like string and stuff. There was like a bunch of shit under there.
That's New York, baby!
New York.
The greatest city in the world!
I took a ballpoint pen. I would bang on the glass and be like, please leave, because I had to remove the air conditioner. I didn't want the birds to fly into my house. And so I cracked on my window a little, and I just like was like jabbing this one pigeon, like, please exit. Please
you were
exit.
actually jabbing the pigeon itself?
It wasn't like shit crazy.
Okay, well, you're the reason.
Sounds like
that
you
birds grew
didn't
up.
learn to appreciate nature at all.
All right, Nani, please teach us something.
Please teach us anything.
I was very confused. I thought I understood what you guys were asking, and then when Teo and Brandon went, I got very confused, and I thought maybe I did this wrong. I would like to say to Teo's, I did learn that living single came before Friends, and it was such a success that the executives copied it for Friends. And so if you look at Friends and you compare it to Living Single, a lot of the first seasons have very similar storylines.
Teo, Nani just dunked on you so hard.
Damn.
But of course, Friends became more popular because, white supremacy. So,
Right.
anyways.
Wow. Her aside is better than my fact.
All right, what'd you learn, Nani?
I've been learning to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm.
Yeah.
I made a character.
Did you draw that?
No, I got it off the internet.
Oh.
But I think she embodies my character. And so I've been learning to do a D&D character. Her name is Brunice, which I came up by myself, spelled BrunYce. Brunice.
Which is a combination, of course, of Brenda and Bernice.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's actually Bruce and Eunice.
Ah,
There we
Eunice,
go.
Dad's
the
name is
classic.
Bruce, her mom's is Eunice. They combined it, Bernice.
Mm-hmm.
But she's a mountain dwarf, which I learned are very into like carving in the mountain, getting stones out or whatever. They're they're very skilled at that stuff. So when I learned that, it sparked her storyline, which is she doesn't like to do that. She likes to cook, and then she got disowned from her family. She was a Bernice Ironclad, and she got disowned, so now she's Bernice Iron Chef.
Yep. So, and I will say that I've been playing this D&D campaign with Nani,
yeah.
and so it's been more than once that she has derailed the campaign to search for ingredients for her character.
I like to look for spices that might make my food better. I do have a little something here from yesterday's game. Hold on.
While you do that, can you also dunk on Brandon's fact that he learned?
On the bird? I'm surprised you had to look up how to dispose a bird.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
you're the second person to say that in this conversation.
Here's a let me see. Here's a little video from yesterday's game.
Ooh, that looks
I don't
like
know if you
me.
can see this.
Yeah, that's true. That is
We
a,
went to a bar and
That's a
Eric
true-
started dancing as his character and took his shirt off.
so
We danced,
Nani.
we had some bar music going on. I think it was
Wow.
Wow, when you're the one who has been dunked on, it doesn't feel as good. That doesn't.
Well,
Did
let's
I dunk
clean.
on everybody except Don?
Yeah, please. Let's just move on. We don't need to do that. Let's move on to challenge 2.
Yeah, let's award some points here.
Oh yeah. So how we award points is we give first place gets 3 points, second place gets 2 points, third place gets 1 point. So let's start with third place, Eric.
Sure. Third place, it's tough here. This is a little bit difficult. I'm gonna give third place and 1 single point to Brandon. I'm sorry, Brandon. I gotta give you third place because although Teo, who got 2 points, also upset me with what he learned. At the very least, there was a fact involved, and it wasn't. He didn't just. You just learned kind of a way of being, is what it seems like.
Well, I'm going to take that to the
I will also say he didn't abuse an animal to learn.
Oh
his
yeah,
fact.
you also poked a pigeon with a pen.
Yeah.
You know of.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you didn't tell us, so we're just going to assume that nothing happened.
So with that being said, Teo, 2 points. Thank you for your friend's fact, and thank you so much for having to look up the name of the episode that you were an expert on during the discussion, which actually seemingly was the entire hinge that your argument was based on.
It's a closer.
Nani, 3 points. You learned how to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Hell yeah.
That's amazing.
All
How
right.
much fun is that? And we'll see. We'll see if you showing me shirtless comes into effect, because I thought that was a private moment that I was sharing with my
Yeah.
close friends. And then-
DM, deep privilege. Dungeon player privilege.
Dungeon player.
Great. I just realized the Zoom Pro is going to my head because we are not rushing at all. We are 20 minutes.
Okay.
We're 20 minutes in. Yeah.
Let's go into challenge 2, y'all.
Challenge 2 brought to you. Oops, excuse me. Let me remove that beautiful man behind me. No, I have to. Challenge 2.
challenge to.
Bringing in
Still
the-
not dressed.
Still not dressed? Still not dressed? She's sitting next to the camera over here, just like muttering to herself.
Well, this is too long.
Great. We're losing our one fan, our one audience member. Hell yeah, cool. So challenge 2. We have not told our contestants anything about this next challenge. It's going to be a surprise. It's going to be a surprise physical challenge as usual. So what's going to happen at Challengers is we're going to give you all 1 minute, 60 seconds, in which you can then move around your whole apartment, your whole space, and find the most embarrassing thing. The most embarrassing thing.
So
Yes.
I want something very cringeworthy.
Mhm.
Something embarrassing. You have 1 minute to find something embarrassing, whatever that means to you.
And your 60 seconds starts now. All right.
Teo is very much rushing.
Yeah, I love watching Nani dance around like a fucking puppet. A muppet. Hell yeah.
This is great.
Mr.
This is really great. This is like found footage, snuff film level material here.
This is going to be the last bit of footage that we see of all of our contestants.
What would you? Do you have anything embarrassing if you had been asked for this, Don? What would you have gone for?
Yeah, wait. Actually, I do have something. I have it right here. Yes, I do. This is a dancer's belt.
Ooh, God.
Yeah, one of these, like, your assless. I don't know why. Yeah, it just like is assless underwear.
A front diaper just for
Front
number
diaper.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just for the PPs.
Yeah.
And it's I got this from a shoot, and I actually kept it. I don't know why. A film shoot.
God.
I think that's the most embarrassing part is the fact that I kept this thing.
And that you have it. It's like it must be featured prominently in your apartment to have it right on
I mean,
hand.
it's in my underwear drawer, which is right next to us. Speaking of which, time is up, y'all. Time is up.
Time is up.
Did we
God.
lose Nani?
Yeah, but look at how beautiful her place is. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's wonderful looking.
I'm enjoying seeing a nice.
Uh-huh. There we go.
Alright, folks. Cool.
All right.
So let's get ready to show off our most embarrassing thing. Let's start with you, Brandon. Brandon, show us your most embarrassing thing.
All right. Well, here is a photo from my bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
That's the face of someone who's about to be a man. The haircut of someone
That's great.
who can never achieve that. Clearly.
That's great. Was your party themed?
It was themed. Oh, and it's actually going to be more embarrassing. It was video game themed. And here's actually, I'm about to win the game. I certainly bribed people to come to the party by saying that the party favors were going to be PlayStation 2 video games that I bought from the discount bin.
Hell yeah.
And that is how I got the cool kids from middle school to come to my party because they did not like me.
Well, what games did you give away?
Cut off, but my penis is big. I don't like Stuntman. I don't know. Whatever. Like the PlayStation 2 would have like the red greatest hits ones, and
Yeah.
those were cheaper. I think someone probably got God of War. Someone probably
Whoa, that's a good one.
versus Raw or Here Comes the Pain or something like that. This was 2005 or something. No, 2003. Post 9/11.
Yeah, it was in a post 9/11 world for sure. Yeah.
That you could tell by the picture and the theme.
Yeah. You could see the look
wow.
on that 1,000-yard stare on his face.
It says Ariel, Yitzchak, Lumen. If anyone wants to read that and put it in the comments, you let me know what that last word is.
Hell yeah.
All right, that was great. Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you for sharing.
All right. Moving on to the next embarrassing thing. Nani, please present your most embarrassing thing.
Okay, so my mom has my giant prom photos here at the house. There's 2 of them. They're both the same size. I got to back up for this.
That is big.
Wait, bring it in a little closer
Oh my
because now
God.
we want to see.
God, look at the frame on that.
I know. What an
Frame
ornate
is
frame that is.
glorious. I'm gonna
Wow.
tell you not.
There's
not-
two of them,
is that-
and there's a giant one in the room that I'm sleeping in. So I sleep under myself.
Holy shit.
And then if you can see I went for a 40 style hairdo.
Yeah,
I didn't want to say anything.
yeah.
Yeah, so I have it rolled back like that. There was definitely
Holy
themes to
shit.
the way I went to prom. For senior prom, if you can look up Gwyneth Paltrow 1999 Oscar dress, I have my hair in like French braids tied to my hair with a choker and a pink
Wow.
dress that's exactly like hers.
Teo, could you hack us Gwyneth Paltrow 1996? What is it? Oscar's dress?
1999.
1999
Oscar dress.
Oscar's dress.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
I'm
love
hacking
it.
into her iCloud right now.
And I went stag to both my proms. Stag means by yourself,
Oh,
right?
you went
I-
stag.
I love the fact that this thing is so big.
It's-
I've never seen anyone's prom photo so big, and it also looks like this would be at like your funeral. This is
Yeah.
the picture that they would hang up.
Yeah. But the frame is like at the it's like a Met gallery frame.
It's a beautiful frame.
Yeah, it's a wonderful
Yeah,
frame.
and they were expensive.
Oh, wow.
I remember the guy would come to your
There it
house
is,
and try
Teo.
to sell you these, and my mom was like, "Should I buy?" I was like, "Mom, don't buy it. It's like $100. Don't buy it."
That's
I was like,
crazy.
"You should buy it."
This is wonderful.
He bought them
No,
both
and-
years.
Well, you know what? It was worth it. It was worth it for this.
Nani,
For this right now.
thank you for that. Teo, thank you for
thank you.
hacking. Thank you for hacking Gwyneth Paltrow's iCloud for us.
You're welcome.
And then making
Yeah.
yourself sideways.
Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Hell yeah. Cool. All right, Teo. Bring it home. Show
Okay.
us your most embarrassing.
in a weird way, mine is an amalgam of these two things that Brandon and Nani just brought up. I walked around and realized I don't own anything physically because I just don't have a lot of things. So my thing is digital.
Mm,
I started playing World of Warcraft again in this
Yes.
pandemic.
yes.
I restarted, so it's a fully new character. In the game, your characters can go from level 1 to 110. And I'd like for you to guess what level I am.
Can you give us a sense of like, does it take a long
just
time to
started?
level up?
It takes a lot of time play to level up.
I'm going to say 50s. I'm going to say 50s.
I'm gonna
50s?
say 92.
92.
Oh, that's crazy. I
92.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
What's
lowball it. I'm gonna lowball it and say like 20. I feel like 28.
20.
28 is high. I would say.
Oh my God. Oh
Now
my
you
God.
said, what did you say? 90 or
92, I said.
oh 90? Okay. All right. I'll just show it. Let me see if I can share my screen. Here we go. Do you guys see this?
Yeah.
Wait,
What?
but I.
Level 80.
Level 80.
Oh my God.
Oh,
A
God.
level 80. T Yang.
He's a hottie.
Look at him
Yeah.
he's wearing a face mask too.
He's
Yes.
wearing a face mask. Thank you.
Level
Playing it
80 World of Warcraft character.
Paladin.
That was a
Oh my
brand new
God.
character that you started.
Yes.
Do you have any idea how many hours you maybe have spent?
I think I can track that.
Oh my
Let me
God.
just load it.
Oh,
First of all, I just need to jump in here, Teo, and say that you said that Animal Crossing was a job, and that's why you stopped playing that. What you should have said was, "Oh, you already had another job."
I had
which was
another
World of
job.
Warcraft.
yeah, you can't work two jobs. It's just
I
too
can't.
much.
Not in this economy.
That's
Oh my
crazy,
God.
Teo. Level
Are you
80.
doing okay?
I'm doing okay. I think. I don't know.
No, what about this guy? He's like bursting with light. He's got light.
Oh my God, this is
He
insane.
seems nice.
Yeah,
It crashed on me, but
Oh no.
Yeah.
sorry.
I mean,
You
that's
can
even
show us
more
later when it
embarrassing.
I think
does come up.
I've like something along like 40 hours,
Oh, okay.
like
Okay.
a work week.
A work
Yeah.
week.
I mean, it is a job. You said it's a job.
It's a job.
Yeah. Wow. Hell yeah.
This
Cool.
is tough.
All right. Let's start awarding points, Eric.
This is tough. All right. We're gonna do Teo, I'm gonna give Teo 1 point on this one. What is that crazy? Am I nuts? Here's why I'm gonna give Teo 1 point, because he made me feel worse for I just checked my Animal Crossing's hours, and I've put 145 hours into Animal Crossing,
Okay.
which is a lot.
That is a lot. I will
That's a
say
lot.
the perspective makes this a little easier to swallow.
Animal
I was
Crossing.
just going to say that Teo like blew the dust off of a game that's been a problem for at least a decade for people.
That's true. Maybe I don't even know if we should give any 1 points on this one. I think I want to give a 2, 2, and a 3.
People are too embarrassing. Okay, yeah, you're the judge. I didn't mean to question your choice.
No, you're right, Teo. I'm going to give you 2 points. I'm going to give a 2 point to Teo, because that is, I mean,
Yeah.
that game is notoriously a bad addiction,
Yes.
and you chose that.
1 point per 40 levels. I think that's fair.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
So I'm also going to give, I'm going to give 2 points to Nani as well on this one. So
Oh.
Teo 2, Nani 2, Nani. Gosh,
Yeah.
it's embarrassing, but it's also it's undeniably art what you just showed us, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful art. Beautiful art. So I'm
I'll
going to
tell
give you
my
2
mom
points.
that she made a good choice purchasing it then.
Yeah.
Please.
And
It
then
was worth it.
And then Brandon, we're gonna do 3 points on Brandon. It's like the picture is embarrassing, but you really brought it home with promising PlayStation 2 games to anyone that would come to your party.
It's true, I did. And
Okay,
you know
I
what?
do
I'm a
agree
man
with this.
now, and this is basically what it took to be
Wow.
a man, was learning the lesson that the real friendship was the future of downloadable content.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's
That's a
true.
good point. So heading into round 3,
Yes.
according to my calculations, Brandon has 4 points, Teo has 4 points, and Nani has 5 points.
Okay, all right. So it's in the air, y'all. This game is going to cinch it. So challenge 3. Let's see it.
Whoop.
It's challenge 3.
Love.
Wonderful.
We love.
Wonderful.
We love.
With a Sharpay mug to
Um,
boot.
I'm glad. Thank God that Eric lets her shower.
Oh
thank
my
you, challenge
God.
guy.
But you can't have the soap. You can't have the soap.
Alrighty, so challenge 3, we actually prepared our contestants for this one. So what they have been asked to do, they were all emailed their own separate news story, and then they were told to choreograph an interpretive dance based off the news story, and then Eric will try and guess what the news story was about. Okay? So each of our contestants will get 60 seconds in which to do their little dance,
Oh,
and then
God.
and Eric will then get time to try and guess what they are.
And
So-
I will say, folks, that I was pretty religiously checking the news for a while, and then I recently just gave up. So,
I will also add these. I specifically chose non-coronavirus related news, so these are even deeper cuts. These are going to be deeper cuts.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's get started. I know you said that you need to set up a little bit, so why don't you take this time to set up, and then we're going to start with Teo. Teo, start us off.
All right,
Okay,
Teo.
here I go.
Okay. Okay, so we're getting up. Okay. Okay, that looks like, to me, that looks like a spacewalk, and we're listening for something in space, and we're swinging something, we're throwing something. A lot of very beautiful, we're throwing, we're hacking away at something, right? Teo, you got to tell me if I'm getting close or not.
Teo, whenever you feel like you're done, you can finish, and then Eric will have his time to try and guess.
Nani's starting.
Yeah. No, I hope she's not starting.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, she's listening. Oh, hell yeah. She's tech savvy. All right, good. I will say that this was told specifically a choreographed interpretive dance and not like a game of of charades. So I love that Teo is like committing to that.
Okay. Okay, is that it?
Time is up. Cool.
Holy shit. Teo, first off,
Yes.
that was a lot of exercise. Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
So at the beginning, I was pretty sure we were in space with the way that we were bouncing up and down. I saw a lot of space stuff, but by the end of it, it looked like a thief had busted something down, snuck in, and stole something, and then snuck out. Is this the story of stolen art, or I'm seeing a lot of shocked faces. Is this what happened? What is
I
it?
don't know. I'm very
I don't know. Don's am I supposed to
no,
confirm?
Teo, you can confirm. And now you
I can
in fact
confirm.
you can tell us what your story was. Yeah.
My story was that a thief broke into an art museum and stole a painting. Now, I think there's a detail in there that could maybe reveal what the painting is.
Something with an ear. You were playing around with your ear at the end.
I was playing around with my ear in a pretty aggressive
Someone
way,
stole
right?
a Da Vinci painting? Not Da Vinci. Who's the guy that got his ear cut off?
It was it's Van Gogh.
Oh, it was a Van Gogh? Someone stole a Van Gogh?
Yes.
So it was all
I can't believe I said a Da Vinci painting. I'm
Yeah.
a fucking psycho.
Honestly, I will say that blew me out of the water. The fact that you got that much, that was amazing. That's amazing.
Teo, I'm giving you full marks on that one, my guy.
Hey,
You really
here
went for
we
it.
go.
You
All
really
right,
went for it,
cool.
and you did turn it into art. The way that somebody broke down the door was very artistic, and at the beginning made it look like it was somebody who was like very slowly and beautifully like
Yes.
throwing a hammer in the air.
A sledgehammer.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, though, the full marks doesn't mean you get any points. We're going to see after everybody else performs.
Yes.
Oh.
Full marks is
Right.
is just a catchphrase that I've been trying out lately.
Means nothing.
Yeah.
All right. So I know Nani's been waiting on her front lawn for the past
Holy
5 minutes.
shit,
So
Nani.
Nani, you can begin.
This is wild already.
What an angle.
I'm amazed.
Look at these rolling hills.
What? Oh my god.
I mean, we've lost.
Nani, keep doing whatever you're doing, but whenever
I
your dance
truly-
is done, you just tell us you're done.
Yeah, this is wonderful, but I don't know what it is. Is that it, Nani? That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so my first thought, wow, Nani, first off, wow, amazing. I thought that there was like a flood of some sort, but this is, I'm sorry if this is wrong. My guess is going to be that there was either a hurricane or a water spout that caused some damage somewhere. It looked like we were going, what is she doing?
She's just waving.
She's going,
She's waving
no.
she's
I
going,
think she's saying no.
No.
You were running around in a circle, spraying water up in the air. Circular water, shooting up, swimming. Someone's swimming in a circle. She's pointing at the hose.
Without Nani adding any more to her dance, because
Yeah.
it was beautiful. I want you to do one more guess, and then Nani will tell us what her story was about.
Okay, Nani, I feel really sorry if I'm disappointing you here. Michael Phelps has died.
Jesus Christ.
Michael Phelps passed away.
No!
Is that not right?
No, she just said no. So Nani, tell us what your news story was.
It was they discovered the longest animal in Australia in the ocean. It was like a bunch of things that connected together, and they're the longest animal on record.
Wow. That is newsworthy. And extremely.
You can see it in the ocean. It looks like a big ass worm.
All right. Well, in that case, you perfectly executed something that I miserably guessed.
Wow, Nani, that was beautiful and it was worth the setup. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nani. That was amazing. Teo, Brandon, did either of you know this story?
I have not heard about that. I'm very glad to hear that there was not a hurricane, even though I think you are right. I think I was thinking the same thing because I think there was one.
I think there was, and I actually avoided that one.
Yeah.
I think I wanted our stories to be somewhat positive,
But
Yeah.
it still came back.
not terrible.
We wanted it to be somewhat positive, like someone stole priceless art.
Hey, you know what? That's exciting. That feels like a movie. All right. So last one, Brandon, dance for us. Dance for us, my angel. It's got music for it.
Coughing? Oh no, this is a coronavirus related?
All right.
Holy shit.
So, thank you, Brandon. Eric, I'll give you two guesses because we gave you two guesses with Nani. But yeah, let's see.
Well, that felt like a story in two parts. I felt like I understood the first part, and the second part is a little bit more confusing to me. According to the first part, a Sum 41 concert got canceled. Is that... Am I close to what happened? Is that not even close? You were shuttering the doors of a place, and that's not it. Is Sum 41 still out on the road? Are they touring, or am I crazy? Okay.
Just move on.
I sure hope so is the answer to that.
Okay.
I hope they're fine.
You get your second guess, Eric.
And then the second part, you were playing beer pong, right? Is that crazy that you weren't playing beer pong? You were throwing ping pong balls into a cup, throwing into a cup.
Keep doing it, Eric. If you keep doing it, maybe it will be right.
I'm totally off. What am I off on? The Olympics are canceled.
Oh, okay. All right. Those are all of Eric's guesses. Brandon, tell him what your story
Oh,
was.
So,
Basketball and darts?
darts. Darts is the case. This was the dart board.
Yeah.
The darts.
I should have known.
So, while most professional sports have been canceled due to Corona, and we've closed things up, nothing to do with Sum 41. That's just the music that moves me.
Oh,
I realized I probably could have played maybe music that, like Closing Time or Don't Stop Believin', that would have something to do with the bar, but mostly Sum 41 kind of like touches me deep inside. But the COVID made all the sports stop, except you can play competitive darts alone. So pretty much without any delay, professional dart leagues have continued because people have just been setting up cameras in their houses and competing against one another on their home dart boards. And that's really the whole story. I hope everyone's okay.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that highly specific news story. Yeah, I got thrown by Sum 41. I really thought that a Sum 41 concert got unfortunately canceled.
Well, you know, Brandon, you tried to reach for the stars, and then you burned yourself in the sun.
Yep.
Which is another star.
A true Icarus story. Yeah, that was really good though, and committed.
Thank you.
The effort on that is undeniable. Unfortunately, you didn't go in your backyard with a garden hose and run yourself exhausted.
the person that did the Hamilton choreography did mine though. So she's good. She taught me. I spent 16 hours on that. So
So little of this, little of that.
Theater is still happening, folks. Theater is still happening, along with the darts. So Eric, let's start awarding some points.
All right.
The winner is.
Here we go. This is what's happening right now. Brandon, 1 point. I love the Sum 41. I was here for it. God, it was really, really good. And if you weren't up against somebody who did a choreographed dance in their backyard, we might have bumped up the 2 points. But with that being said, Nani, I got to give you 2 points, even though I didn't guess what was happening. You executed, and you made me a little bit jealous that you have the space to stretch your legs, which was really, really nice. And Teo, you're the only one that I guessed, and it was wonderful. Someone stole Van Gogh. Someone stole a Leonardo da Vinci painting.
Yeah.
I got to give you 3 points on that one, Teo. That was really, really wonderful.
I gotta
Alright.
cite this one.
Nani, you got it wrong. How do you?
No, you got it wrong. How do I get less points because you got it wrong? Go look up the video. Somebody do like a side screen of the video of the long ass worm in the ocean, and you'd see that it's a perfect representation.
Yeah.
Teo, look that up.
Let me hack into the long ass worm computer.
It's social media accounts.
Nani, I think that I see you have reason to complain, but I'm adding up the points right now, and you're in a lock tie with Teo. So
Well, no, I should win.
well, you have an opportunity to win with this tiebreaker.
All right. Yeah, let's
Oh my
announce the
God.
tiebreaker. We got a
Do you see?
tiebreaker, folks.
Teo, are you looking at the long ass worm?
I'm looking at it, and honestly,
And then think about my dance.
Teo,
Oh,
if
crap.
you pull up a photo of Gwyneth Paltrow, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Look at the worm. Look at the worm.
damn.
Okay, yeah.
And that's not even video, but I think it was a perfect representation.
One half of this challenge was dumbing down the news story enough that me, comma, an idiot
dumped it
would understand
real
it.
down. It's a hose. It's a hose.
Nani, I'm also gonna be
Video,
honest.
Look at the it's real simple, Eric.
Nani, I said this after challenge 1 that you dunked on me really hard, and that might come into effect. You showed my hot sweaty body for the entire world, for all of let me check here real quick, for all of the 2 people watching right now, and that to me is unacceptable.
No.
You should.
Johnny, you also flew for the stars, and then you burned in the sun.
Mm-hmm. So we're in a deadlock tie right now, and we are by leaps and bounds by about 40% in our longest episode ever. So that's
Yeah.
also very, very fun. Don, do we have a tiebreaker ready to go?
Let's do a tiebreaker. So unfortunately, Brandon, you're not going to be part of this tiebreaker.
What would you
Mateo,
like to do during this time?
you can be a side commentator. You can cheer them on. So Teo and Nani, we're going to give you 20 seconds. So Eric, if you can put 20 seconds on your clock. My phone just died.
Sure.
If you can put 20 seconds on the clock, you're going to both have 20 seconds in which you can run around whatever space you have available and find the most things that remind you of Eric. The most things that remind you of Eric.
Wow. You have 20?
In fact, I will say, it is the thing that reminds you most of Eric, I should say. Just the one thing that reminds you most of Eric, yeah. So, Eric, you just tell them when to begin.
And start. 20 seconds. The thing that most reminds me of Eric. I can't wait to get humiliated once again.
Brandon, even though you won't be awarded points, if you want to scramble around and find the thing that you think most reminds you of Eric, that's also available to you.
You want to know what? I literally already have one. I'm holding
Wow.
it right now.
No
Okay.
kidding.
Wow.
Is it a
For
dead bird?
points. For sentimental points.
Yeah, the dead bird.
A puppet. It's a puppet. And that's
Wow.
time, everybody. Wow.
That is time, Teo.
Brandon,
Time is up.
Brandon, that's beautiful. Thank you so much.
It's on my foot.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Even better.
So, let's present our things. We'll start with Nani. If you want to present your thing first and show us what reminds you most of Eric.
An Alf doll.
Yeah.
You know what?
Problem on the shirt.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not going to let y'all explain why this reminds you of Eric.
I just have to
That's it.
imagine. I have to.
You just get to show it.
I have to reach into my past and imagine what mistakes I made that led you.
Yeah, you decided to eat her cat.
That's what it was. It's
You
because I
sick
ate her
woman.
fucking
All
cat.
right. Now, Teo, present your item that reminds you most of Eric.
Okay, these are all characters I can see Eric doing. Woke Gumby.
Ooh, yeah.
Teo, actually, you only get one. Sorry, I
Yeah, what? I got somebody.
Is that an onion? An onion and Garfield?
Yeah, so this character would be an onion is like an ogre.
All right.
And in Corona times, Garfield hates every day of the week.
Wow. Okay, great. So, yeah, Eric, you
Fuck.
decide. Who do you think wins? There was the unfair advantage. Teo got a shotgun blast worth, and Nani got her most essential. And I also did not let her explain.
Yeah. So that's tough. Alf. So we're looking at Alf versus Woke Gumby.
Yeah.
It is tough because Woke Gumby feels tangential, but an ogre is like an onion. Feels literally gears are turning in my head right now. So that's tough. That's really, really tough. And I did at the beginning of quarantine. I did 4 days of 1 hour live streaming of me reading Garfield comics.
Yeah.
So there was Garfield,
Very refreshing.
and then there's Alf.
If Nani doesn't win, she's gonna freak.
That's also on my mind.
Yeah, and you two are playing D&D
I
together.
will
So.
I will also freak.
Teo, I would love to see what you freaking out looks like. That would be incredible to me. Start another
You know what?
world.
At this point, I'm not in the running, but if I lose, I will freak.
You will freak. Brandon,
All right.
Brandon, who would you give this to? Based on your cursory knowledge of me.
I don't know. They're all pretty funny. I think the fact that Alf Doll even exists is pretty much like a gift. But I don't know. I think if we're counting all three, I think
You aren't counting all three because
We're
they
not
switched
counting.
it up. They didn't get all the stuff you did.
Brandon, don't get on her shit list. Don't get on her shit list.
Down to one,
okay.
and I listened, so I just got one.
Teo.
Got more
Between
stuff.
Inexplicable Gumby and Alf, what does Alf's shirt say again?
No problem.
No problem.
I'd have to throw it to Alf.
I am gonna say, Teo, I'm very sorry. You did very well. I am afraid of Nani, and she also did very well. And for those two reasons combined, I think we're gonna have to give the win to Nani Mendez.
All right, yeah.
Teo's upset. I know. I'm sorry, Teo. He's freaking out.
Here you go, Nani.
Okay.
The New York Minute Clock.
Thank you. Got it.
Oh!
Hell yeah.
Congratulations! Wow, this was a really, really good episode. Had a lot of fun in here. It's coming in at a kiss under an hour. That's
Oh,
good.
shit.
That's
Should we
really
stretch?
good.
Can we stretch a little more?
We could stretch it a little bit more. This is incredibly watchable.
What do you think about this character? What do you think? What are the moves? What are the beats?
An ogre is like an onion.
First of all, I'm going to step in. Very funny. Also, a gorgeous onion. That looks like the platonic ideal of onion. It's so round.
That is
Very
really
right.
nice. That is the Venus of Wallendorf of onions.
Good onions here in LA.
That's really, really
I don't know
nice.
what accent that was.
The good
Great.
onions in LA.
Alrighty. So, did you announce that that our winner actually gets the opportunity to take part in our Tournament of Champions?
That's true.
Oh.
So
And
every 3 episodes, the 4th episode, we have a Tournament of Champions where we bring back all the winners to compete against each other. So, Nani, that will be in 2 episodes. I think next Friday will be our next Tournament of Champions.
That's right, because we've already got Jenny, correct?
Yes, Jenny St. Angelo is our other champion that we will bring back. I want to thank you all for taking part in the show and staying safe and bringing your best to all these dances, the fun facts that you learned, as well as letting us embarrass you in front of two people. Yeah, thank you so much.
That was so much
Challenge
fun.
Gal.
Thank you,
to
Challenge
my
Gal.
co-host Eric.
Great. That was great. Thank you so much, folks. Have a good night. Goodbye.
Bye.